Thanks for your support as a channel member, Big Chungus! Hey, Bono. Yeah, bad news about Paul Aaron. He's decided to leave the team. We couldn't agree a deal, but yeah, I just thought I'd tap into a bit of your experience, see if there's anybody you thought would be a good fit for the team. Oh, really? Do you reckon he'd be interested in joining? All right, well, I'll get in touch with him and see what he says. Thanks. When Paul Aaron decided he was leaving AHGP, it left us in a little bit of a situation. We needed to find a partner for Paul's Potato for 2027. Many drivers had already signed contracts with their current teams or with new teams, but one driver in particular hadn't, and we pounced. We've signed Lewis Hamilton. Hello folks, and welcome to a brand new episode of F1 Manager Create A Team here with AHGP. We're starting a brand new season. The 2027 season is here. We are reigning Constructors Champions. There you can see it on the left hand side of the screen. AHGP first place in the Constructors Championship. Obviously this carries over the positions from 2026, and you can see our newest recruit, Lewis Hamilton, has joined AHGP. We signed him from Ferrari. His contract was up. Bono gave me the info, the inside line, and we pounced and got Lewis to sign a contract. He joins us alongside Paul's Potato. Let's check in with Lewis. He's feeling a bit neutral. He's happy with his salary. That's good. He's unhappy with the bonuses. We've given him what's the deal that he's got. It is a $36 million salary. We spent the big bucks to get F1's biggest star. Yes, we did. He's 41 years old, is Lewis. He's here for 2 years, so he'll be 43, approaching 44 by the time he leaves us. He's 100 out of 100 marketability. That's good for the sponsors. Here's Paul's Potato, runner-up in the championship last season. He's on $10 million a year now, so a little bit of a disparity in the pay between our drivers, but one is 18 and the other is a world megastar, so don't worry. And we've also reunited Lewis with Bono. Obviously they've missed each other since their Mercedes days. We pinched Bono a couple of years ago, and he helped engineer Paul Aaron to his first world championship. And of course Paul Aaron has left us. He has joined Sauber. They should be Audi by now. I haven't put the mod in. I will do that. Hopefully maybe ahead of the race today. Yeah, we will do that. Obviously, we are on the 1st of January. Nothing has changed. Well, I say nothing has changed, but we've not progressed anything since the turn of the year. You can see some of the driver moves here. Lando Norris has returned to McLaren. Carlos Sainz is still at Red Bull. Antonelli has joined Ferrari in place of Lewis Hamilton. Again, what is it with Kimi Antonelli taking the seat of Lewis Hamilton? What is going on there? George Russell has returned to Williams. Don't ask me. Justin has joined Mercedes. We helped get him a seat at the Silver Arrows. Fred Vesti has gone to Williams as well. Oliver Behrman is Justin's teammate at Mercedes. And just scrolling down here, Logan Sargent's back with Alpine. Don't ask. Zhou is on the grid with Haas. Again, don't ask. Ocon has gone to Aston Martin. That's probably a good move for him. And Paul Aaron is partnered by Yuki Tsunoda at Sauber. So they could be, if they have a decent car, they could be a threat. But Paul Aaron has got a stiff task to defend his world championship. We'll be looking to fend off the likes of Ferrari, Aston Martin, Red Bull and McLaren and Mercedes as we seek a second straight Constructors Championship. Let's have a look at the new car livery for this season. Here we go. I've decided to go with a slightly different colour scheme. It's more or less the same, purple and white, but we've got the blue highlight, the light blue highlights now, and I think this looks pretty good. I'm not going to lie. Once I put this together, I went, oh, that really works. I like that. So, yeah, very pleased with that. And you might have spotted as well, the new helmet designs. Last year they were white and light blue. This year they're yellow and purple with a bit of white as well. So yeah, we are all the colours here at AHGP. It's a very fancy show. Let's have a look at the car. We are currently terrible, according to the game, but we are decent at low speed, decent at high speed, not good at medium speed, and we don't coil our engine very well. We're good on tyres though, which is pretty good. So I'm going to sort a few upgrades between now and the first race in Australia, which is the one race we're going to show you today. Here's the calendar. We've got Albert Park, and then we go to China, which obviously was the penultimate round last season. It's now the second round this season. Then we go to the Middle East. Then we've got Monaco, Montreal, Barcelona, Spielberg, Silverstone, Budapest, Zandvoort, Spa. We've got an Italian doubleheader at the end of August. Then Baku, Singapore, Suzuka, and then it's all the way to the Americas to finish off the season. Miami through Austin, Vegas, Mexico, and into Sao Paulo to finish this season. So yes, we are ready to go. I will do some bits and bobs, get some upgrades on the car, and I will come back to you in precisely 63 days, ready for the Australian Grand Prix to get this season underway. Here we go then, the eve of another Formula One season. We're down under in Australia and we are ready to go. Let's have a look at how our developments have gone so far. We've put on another front wing, rear wing, underfloor, and we've got some side pods, I believe, available. Let's just show you how it makes an impact in terms of the development comparing the cars. We're still overall 21st according to the game, but yeah, we're better than we were, I think, just sort of on average. Yeah, you can see the difference it makes between the two cars. We'll bang the bits on Pulse Potato's car now. We've got a chassis and suspension also in design as well. Let's make sure that Pulse Potato has everything that Lewis has. Just, you know, except the experience within the sport, but, you know, that's something you can't buy or create. So, that's the two cars. They are basically equal. So I'm not sure how well we're going to fare here. We're not good on straights. 21st. Yeah, basically we have the slowest car. We have... Oh, well, we might do well at Silverstone. That's fine. And then Austria. Obviously, we're playing on hard mode. So the AI is developing really aggressively. I haven't developed as aggressively as I might have normally, because last season we started and it was probably a bit too easy. It became a bit too easy for us after the middle of the season. We had a few races where teams were close to us, but we were comfortably faster. Now everyone's caught up. I think we'll start slower and we'll catch them up towards the end of the season. That is the plan. Lewis Hamilton, 90 rated. Pulse Potato, 83 rated. They are ready to rock and roll. Let's get some cars on track and see how this opening round goes for us. It's a disappointing start to the season for Pulse Potato. He's 19th on the grid for the first race. We had a wet session and he's fallen in Q1. Antonelli is the top dog at the moment. Lewis Hamilton only 7th for us. And Pulse Potato joined in the bottom 6 by Justin at Mercedes. Mercedes last and 17th. Mark, what are you doing? We sent Justin to you because we thought you'd be good. And also we should have a better car as well, but we don't. Anyway, Paul Aaron is 13th. Yeah, we might be able to sneak into the top 10, but I don't think we'll be winning this race this year. And definitely not at the canter that we did last year. So definitely some work to do on this year's car, I think. So we have made it to Q3 with Lewis. He topped Q2, which actually dried out right at the end. What's this session going to do? It's going to do exactly the same. So we're going to send him for a couple of runs on Inters to start with. Then we'll put on some softs. And hopefully, if we time it right, we'll be on pole because we'll be the last car over the line. That will be the plan. So we'll just get him doing some more laps in the new car so he can give us his wisdomous feedback and tell us basically how to make it faster. 30 seconds left in this session. We are going to be the last car over the line. I think we'll make it. Hopefully we don't have a situation that repeats itself from the last race in Japan of last season, where we missed the flag with Pulse Potato, which essentially cost him the World Championship potentially. Here we go then. Lewis Hamilton, he will be the last car over the line. We've got this weird situation where not everybody is on track. Only 4 cars are on track. They're all on soft tyres. We just make the flag. Let's get the sector times up. So we're going to be ahead of Leclerc, Verstappen, Russell, Ocon and Tsunoda. So let's see, can we dethrone Oscar Piastri, who does a 26.0 for the first sector? Porsche with a 26.1, Norris a 26.4, Hamilton 26.2. That's a decent sector time, but Piastri is absolutely flying. The sun has just peeked out from behind the clouds, and we are 2 tenths in each sector slower than Piastri. So we're at least 4 tenths down on the Red Bull so far. That's Logan Sargent in P3, by the way. That's about to change. Norris he goes third. Hamilton, third place. 8.5 tenths off of Piastri, who sets an incredible lap time for a home pole position. Finally, we see an Aussie in a Red Bull on pole in, well, did Webber get pole? I think he did. I'm sure he got a pole one year, but he was definitely on the front row. But Piastri gets pole for Red Bull with a 17.1. Porsche unable to match him. Hamilton only just into the 17s as well. But that's a good lap from him. We did a good job there. We didn't do such a good job with Pulse Potato, sadly. But he's good in the races. He'll come forwards, I'm sure. Strategies all set. And I know at the second half of last season I didn't do the underfueling strategy because we had such an advantage anyway. We basically didn't need it, but today we do need it, and we are going to use it and abuse it with Pulse Potato. We're starting on mediums, we're 2 stopping, and we're going to underfuel the hell out of this thing. So yeah, some safety cars might be helpful for us. Hamilton, the same from third on the grid. Soft, medium, soft, and light on both soft stints. So yeah, we'll be maximising their longevity as much as we can. So this could be a very interesting race. Slightly mixed up grid. Pulse Potato probably out of position. We're definitely better than 19th. Lewis has shown that. But there's some fast cars behind Lewis that are going to want to make headway. One of those is his old rival Max Verstappen. But I think we've got a new rival in Oscar Piastri to deal with at the front. Can we catch him? Let's find out. Time for all the talk to stop. Red Bull and Aston Martin on the front row, and the 2027 Formula One season is go. The lights are out, the race is on. Lewis Hamilton, let's jump on board with him. Lovely multicoloured car. We're going into second place. Around the outside of Teo Porsche. No, he sent it on the brakes. A lovely move from him. Pulse Potato, how are you getting... Oh, he's off the track. And now he's last. He's side by side with Ollie Behrman. That's not where we really want to be. Yeah, we're last with Pulse Potato. This is quite the change for the young man, having won this race on debut. Oh, Justin's off as well. It's a disaster for our young driver squad. Obviously, Justin now obviously at Mercedes, but he's still very much an AHGP man. And yeah, that's definitely not how we wanted our season to start. But Lewis Hamilton, the newcomer to the team, is in third place and chasing Porsche, because Piastri looks like he's away and gone. We've got a safety car and the world champion is out of the race. Paul Aaron has crashed his Sauber. I couldn't get the Audi mod to work, so they're just going to be Sauber. Here he is through the fast chicane, loses it, hits the wall, and almost takes out some other cars who take to the grass to avoid it. Through go the Mercedes at the back, and Paul Aaron's title defence gets off to the worst possible start. Max Verstappen has stopped and he's putting on some hard tyres. I've decided that we can bring Pulse Potato in as well. Several other drivers are in the pit lane. Lewis Hamilton has stayed out. We are the first garage in the lane, so this is going to give us a big advantage. We can get away, we can drive through the Ferrari box, and now we can hold everybody else up. So that was Justin that we just went past. That's a Haas of Iwasa that we're going past, who's been held for everybody. So Pulse Potato now on a different strategy on hard tyres. He is going to go long into this race, and we will try and maybe just see what we can get out of this. He's now back to where he started in 19th. Lewis Hamilton still in 3rd. Right, the safety car is in the pit lane and we're about to go racing once again. We're getting the fuel delta warning because we are massively underfueled at our team, and we are back underway. Lewis Hamilton giving chase to Pourchaire and Piastri. Piastri will be furious about the safety car because he had built a lovely little cushion and now he's got Pourchaire all over his gearbox. Hamilton taking a watching brief. Oh, we're going to have a run at the Aston Martin. Through goes Hamilton. Here we go. Round the outside. Can we make it stick? We're going to squeeze the Aston as much as possible. And Hamilton does make the move. And he's up into 2nd place. Now we need to get after Oscar Piastri. We're trying to get temperature into the tyres. Struggling a little bit. Let's have a look at this overtake on the Aston. Down the outside. Lovely move. And through goes Hamilton. Things we love to see. Hamilton's got DRS here against Piastri. He's moving every which way you can to try and find a way through. He's done it. Through goes Hamilton for the lead. Brilliant stuff. A bold move. And we'll have to give up DRS to the Australian home hero. But we are very much in the fight. Pulse Potato now up to 16th. Good move from him. He's trying to get through past Albon, who fights back and regains that P16. But we are now leading the race with Lewis Hamilton. Piastri immediately takes that back though, and he will be away and gone, I fear. Interesting development in the race for Pulse Potato. He's just been overtaken by Justin. It's a nice move up the inside from Justin. Not helpful for us, but obviously very good for him, impressing his new bosses at Mercedes, but they need to deliver him a car that works. Let's have a look at what's going on the track. Lap 16, Lewis Hamilton now 4 seconds behind Oscar Piastri, but we have extended our soft tyre stint slightly longer than everybody else is going to be extending their mediums, as they all go into the pit lane. They will get an undercut now, but we've got an option now. We can go hards and then we can go mediums to the end because the softs not great, so I think we'll go to that because the hards are looking like a decent tyre in Pulse Potato's hands as he goes back past Justin Ianakaitis, and he's going to come out ahead of Piastri, or is he? Not quite. Oh, actually, he might do because he has DRS. He's going to lunge on Piastri. He could help his teammate here. No, Piastri protects his position and he will now pull away from us, I'm sure, on those hard tyres. Piastri switching to mediums. What will we do? Hards or mediums? I'm thinking hards. Lewis Hamilton's first pit stop for us is a 2.444 second stop, so that's good. Where does he pop out? He pops out in 14th, just behind Ayumu Iwasa, and he stays ahead of. Have we undercut Charles Leclerc? No, we had got ahead of Leclerc before he stopped. So yes, Lewis in a decent position. I decided to put the hards on, and then we're going to switch to mediums at the end. If there's a safety car, we've got that extra set of softs to use as well. We should probably be looking. Are we looking after enough fuel? I think we might be. We might need to look after a little bit more as Leclerc lunges down the inside and takes that 14th place away from us. Max Verstappen has found himself in the lead. He stopped under the safety car to put hards on, but he will have to stop now under green flags, and he might fault himself way up the order. Pulse Potato now into the top 10. So maybe stopping under the safety car was the right thing to do. Right, lap 24, we're approaching, well, lap 25 now. Oscar Piastri's just started it. He leads. We're approaching half race distance, and Pulse Potato is now in 4th position. He's doing a lovely little job, and this hard tyre strategy that we switched to under the safety car is probably going to pay quite well for us, I think, at this rate. We're going to switch to mediums, and then we're going to go to a set of softs, and we're going to push those mediums hard, so we can do that. Hamilton's strategy has glitched, and I need to redo it. So it's done this weird thing where you set the strategy and then it tells you the pit window's open, and then you go out of that window and it cancels the strategy. So that's the strategy we're going to be on. We're going to be able to push the hard tyres a little bit more aggressively, which is useful. We'll conserve a bit of fuel as well. Where is Lewis? What's he up to? He's in the thick of it with this lot. He's fighting with Antonelli, Leclerc, Tsunoda. Verstappen is there on soft tyres as well, as is Carlos Sainz. A whole range of strategies on the go here. Let's get Pulse Potato deploying his battery and going a little bit quicker. See if we can move him into the top 3. But yeah, Hamilton now up to P5. And with the 2 Ferraris behind him, that was a Tsunoda off the track. That wasn't ideal for him. But what's not ideal for us is that there's a DRS zone coming up and we're going to be exposed. But yeah, lots of strategies in play and I don't actually know which way it's going to go. Piastri's in the lead by 5.5 seconds. Is that enough of a lead against everything else? Who knows? Made a bit of a strategy change because Lewis Hamilton is still massively under-fueled. We need to go light on the tyres and conserve fuel to actually get ourselves to the end of this race. Once he leaves the pit lane, I can show you just how sort of dire a situation we're in, as cars are almost driving into the back of us. We drop another position. That's the situation with the fuel. That is really not good. So we're going light on the tyres to get to the end, save a bit of fuel. Hamilton could be in a bit of trouble here because he's going to have to manage everything for the final 23 laps and hope that he can save 15 kilograms of fuel. Pulse Potato still needs to save almost 11 kilograms of fuel. I think I might have underfueled a bit too much. Possibly. That's Pulse Potato's third stop of the day, sorry. And 2.5 seconds from the pit crew. He drops to 11th place. I brought him in slightly earlier as well so we can go light on the soft tyres and save a bit more fuel that way. Hamilton is 8th. Potato is 11th. We might scrape a few points out of this, but there's still some drivers yet to stop. Russell, Tsunoda, but they'll be quick on their fresh tyres. Yeah, we're probably looking at a handful of points, but it's a very mixed up top 10. So there's not one team that's particularly standing out, like with 2 cars at the front. Best is probably Ferrari or Red Bull. McLaren have got 2 cars in the top 10. We will do that now. There we go. We're now 6th and 10th. But yeah, it's quite all over the place. It's quite competitive and I like it. We've just lost 5th place to Lando Norris, who's on older hard tyre, well, more worn hard tyres than we are on mediums with Lewis Hamilton. But we're still in this situation where we've got 10 kilograms of fuel to save. We're going to be several laps short by the flag, and Pulse Potato isn't in much of a better position. Hopefully we can be dragged along by the 2 cars that are behind us to catch Lando back up. It's looking a little bit dicey. Piastri and Pourchaire comfortable at the front. Verstappen and Antonelli giving chase in the Ferraris as Pulse Potato loses position to George Russell in the Williams. Russell going back to where he started his F1 career, and we're losing positions in synchrony here because Hamilton drops to 7th and Sainz is sizing us up as well in his Red Bull, and I think we're going to finish maybe 8th and 10th perhaps. Tsunoda's on dead hard tyres. Don't know what Sauber are doing. He's just crying out for a puncture, but we are heading for a low points finish today. Bit of a change around from last year's 1-2 finish, isn't it? Well, hopefully we've managed to catch back up to the McLaren in 5th place. That McLaren in 5th place is now Charles Leclerc, and this quartet are just all over it. Look at that, 3 wide. That is superb. And no one ending up in the hedge either. We've all got DRS. Lovely stuff. We're still saving some fuel. DRS will help us with that because we can lift and coast into the braking zones. And now we can give it a go on Charles Leclerc. Hamilton round the outside. Thanks very much. And P5 is back in our possession. Pulse Potato in a slightly lonely 10th at the moment. We might actually be able to pick up a bit more fuel. Oh no. That's a bad choice. Don't do that. We'll just go a little bit harder on the tyres. Is he? Actually, he's catching the group that Hamilton's leading. I think. He is, yes. So he'll catch Russell, who's now joined this gaggle. And, wow, we could yet finish 5th and 6th, potentially, if Pulse Potato can get onto the back of this group. And if Hamilton can make it to the finish. Right, 4 laps to go after this one. Hamilton now conserving and on everything. He's driving as slow as he possibly can to get this car to the end. Pulse Potato has joined this battle. He's dived up the inside of Sainz. Great move from him. Leclerc now gets ahead of us. We're going to stay in the DRS zone. We are. We should come back at the McLaren now with... We've still got better tyres than everybody. Our tyre preservation is very good. Sadly, Max Verstappen has found himself... Well... Actually, he's not in the lead comfortably. This trio is fighting over the win. It's a titanic struggle for victory here in Australia. But we only care about P5 today. That's the best we're going to do. And we desperately need to save more fuel with Lewis. I'm not sure he's going to make it to the end. We're saving as much as we can, as hard as we can. I just don't think it's going to be enough. 3 laps remain after this one. Still 6 kilograms of fuel to save. We need to save an average of 2 per lap as Hamilton defends. And no, he's run out of fuel. What a disaster. We've run out of fuel with Lewis Hamilton. It wouldn't be an AHGP save without a car running out of fuel. And now we've got a safety car, which hands victory to Max Verstappen. Pulse Potato will pick up 8th place. Oh dear. Even that early safety car wasn't enough. I think it's because we went aggressive on the hard tyres, so we didn't save as much fuel in the middle stint as we possibly could have. Yeah, that's embarrassing. Well, you can see it all over the mechanics' faces. Lewis obviously not happy. The mechanics not pleased either. That's not the way we wanted to start season number 4 with AHGP. Max Verstappen wins for Ferrari. Oscar Piastri second for Red Bull. Teo Pourchaire third for Aston Martin. Antonelli up 9 places to 4th. Pulse Potato, the biggest mover though, up 11 spots to 8th. I knew we could move forward with him. That's a decent save for him. But obviously, Lewis Hamilton failing to finish on debut with AHGP because we didn't save enough fuel. Oh dear. Drivers' Championship, that's obvious. Constructors' Championship, we are 6th. And we are 33 points adrift of Ferrari already. So, work to do for AHGP. We need to get this car sped up. We need to develop a lot more aggressively now. I think we can go pretty hard with it, and we need to make up the ground. We need to be faster, and we need to make sure we have enough fuel in the car, I think. Well, that was an exciting start to the season. Not the result we were after, but definitely exciting, wasn't it? Make sure you leave a nice big thumbs up on the video for me, and let me know in the comments whether you think if we get into a championship winning position, whether we should favour Lewis for his 8th World Championship, or whether we should favour Pulse Potato for his 1st World Championship. Obviously, he came so close to it in his debut year. Let me know in the comments what you think about that, and I'll see you next time. You're the best fans. Bye for now.